This zombie actually became a detective. On the first day of work, he received a big order of 5 million. The client only asked him to find a dog. But how can he go out with this ghostly face? Then an advertisement for concealer came to his eyes. Without saying a word, he immediately bought a bottle online. And it worked like a charm. He applied it all over his exposed skin. Immediately became a handsome brother. He put on a black trench coat and went out to meet a client. But when he got there, he realized the client is actually a child. Forget it. Kids are kids, as long as the money is paid. To his surprise, the kid thought 500 was the real 500, not the 5 million he said. This made the zombie very angry. They started arguing, but Jenny, a reporter passing by, saw them. By the look of his strange costume, Jenny suspected that he looked like a child trafficker, pulled him ready to go to the police station. Seeing the situation is not good, detective directly run away. At the same time, Jenny also chased after him. Good thing he had worked out on the treadmill before. Plus the zombie does not get tired of skills. Finally let Jenny stopped in their tracks, but never thought. Jenny was the champion of shot put competition. She borrowed someone else's helmet. She spun her body around for 2.5 weeks and threw it straight up. She hit him in the back of the head without missing a beat. He fell to his knees and passed out. Jenny rushed over to check the situation, found that the man had lost his heartbeat, so the ambulance was called. After some resuscitation, the paramedics declared him dead. Jenny was terrified, but how could a zombie die? The next second, he sat up. When he got to the hospital, he was worried that his identity was exposed. He quickly looked for a chance to slip away, but he didn't go far before he smelled a strange smell. Take a closer look. Isn't this the dog that the customer was talking about? In order to complete this order, he relied on his keen sense of smell to find the boy again. He gave him the tag around the dog's neck. He told him to gather the remaining 4,999,500 wons before he could return the dog to him. When he returned, he kept the dog on the roof of his house, looking at its fat body. He actually intended to eat it, but he couldn't bear to look at its eye.
눈 쳐다보지 마. 보지 말라고 딴 데 봐.
Suddenly he heard a sound. Quickly get up to check. It turned out to be the opening of the fatty sausage hot pot downstairs. There was a tasting event. He was happy like a child, because in the past year, he relied on a fatty sausage hot pot leaflet. He did not lose his humanity. Now it was finally time to meet it. He rushed downstairs. His eyes were fixed on the entrance of the hot pot. What's annoying is, when he got to the front, the tasting event ended just in time. He was disappointed and ready to leave, but he was stopped by a hand. He looked back and saw that it was two zombies just like him. He was a bit shocked. The boss's wife ran out. He realized that it was an alternative promotion for the opening. After the show, he could get a free hot pot with fat sausage. Hearing this, he decided to come to a performance of his own. The audience was instantly excited. After the show, the boss lady gave them the prizes, but the zombie steel egg was nowhere to be seen. It turns out that he has run to the back kitchen, grabbed the sausage and started to eat it raw, in full view of everyone. Steel egg then regained his senses and fled the place, on the way to the woods just in time to find a small deer. Just as he was about to walk over, he fainted and fell to the ground. The zombie's instincts were triggered again. When he woke up, the deer was already cold. So back to the detective office. He squeezed off the last bit of concealer and was ready to go out. But suddenly he smelled a familiar smell.